Hey guys, what's up? My name is Shanerator. It's been a while. Today, I feel compelled to share with you something that is very near and dear to my heart. It's something that we all long for, something we literally cannot live without. It is something so precious that I am fairly certain wars have been fought over this thing. Food.
It means whole lot to me.
Now let me tell you all about a special instance that involved this special commodity. Fairly recently, I was on my way to college. I kind of went through this mental checklist of all the things that I should have brought with me. Textbooks, check. Wallet, check. Keys, check. Nintendo 3DS, check. But do you ever have those moments where there's this nagging feeling inside of you like you forgot something? And then suddenly, my stomach reminded me what the fifth item was. You guessed it, food. I got to the college campus, and lo and behold, there was no parking. I had but a few minutes to get to class on time, so after circling the entire expanse of the parking lot like vultures on a decaying carcass, I found a spot that I was able to parallel park into. I parked, leapt out of the car, and bounded at high velocity to the school building where my math class was being held. I came across an oasis in the desert. A vending machine. That was the solution to my problem. The fact that I needed sustenance via food. So I casually positioned myself in front of the vending machine, gazing at the beautiful array of snacks that were on display. There in position J3 was the snack that I was looking for. Rice Krispie treats. Rice Krispie treats.
Rice Krispie treats.
So I instinctively went for my debit card and went to swipe it at the vending machine, when I noticed there was no card swipe apparatus on the machine. And I was like, okay, challenge accepted, let's use some cash bills. I didn't say any of this out loud, it would have been weird. So I opened my wallet to realize I didn't have any smaller denomination bills. So I resorted to option 2, the coins. So I immediately began putting this change into the vending machine. And then another issue happened. I literally was 1 dime short from obtaining my Rice Krispie treats. I did have some pennies left over, but you know these vending machines. They are racist against pennies. They will accept any other form of currency in coin form except pennies. And probably those Susan B. Anthony dollar coins from the 70s. I was getting down to the wire and making it to my math class on time. But I needed these Rice Krispie treats. So I did what any rational person would do in this scenario and began looking around frantically for any sign of spare coins laying around the vending machine. I searched for these coins desperately for a good 30 seconds or so, but no avail. It was at this point that I had to come to a decision.
Blood alone moves the wheels of history.
Never give up, never surrender. But you see, I had another trick up my sleeve. I knew of a super secret place where I kept extra coins for emergencies such as this. The cup holders in my car. At this point, it was irrevocable. There was no turning back. I would be late for math class. But it would be worth it. I bounded out of that school building at high velocity, ran to my car, and threw open the doors. Within the cup holders was several spare coins, including a dime. The unattainable Rice Krispie treat was just within my grasp. I got back to the vending machine, positioned myself right in front of it, and looked at J3. There it was. The relic of beauty. The artifact of perfection. Just glistening beautifully under the fluorescent light of the college corridors. So I reached into my pocket and pulled out the savior to my conundrum, the lone dime, coated in some mysterious gelatinous substance that was on the bottom of my car's cup holder. But again, heroes come in all shapes, sizes, and substances. So I inserted the dime into the machine. Boop, boop. J3. Probably the 2 most single important characters in my life. At that minute anyway. And so I watched. That little coil begin to unwind, pushing that Rice Krispie treat closer and closer to the edge. I could almost taste it at this point. The moment of truth had come. And I reached down and pushed the door into that little compartment where the snacks fall through, and it wasn't there. It was still stuck on the end of the spool. I was dismayed. Completely dumbfounded. I had gone through so much trial and tribulation to get this snack. I was already running a few minutes late. But at this point I figured I was already in too deep. I was going to get my hands on this Rice Krispie treat, no matter the cost. I bounded out of that school building at high velocity, ran to my car, and threw open the doors, looking for any spare change that might have been left around. Fast forward about 60 seconds, I took my position in front of the vending machine once more. I put the coins into the machine until it totaled $1.20. Boop, boop. J3. And once more, I watched the coil begin to unwind. My train of thought was, I would pay for it again, and then the second time, it would unwind just enough for the Rice Krispie treat to fall down into the compartment. And I mean, in a perfect world, that's what would happen. Turns out that paying another $1.20 did not help my cause. But the Rice Krispie treat was positioned in such a way between the coil and the glass of the vending machine where it just wouldn't fall. I was out of options. And so, battered and bruised, I begrudgingly made my way to math class. Empty-handed and empty-bellied. I took my usual seat in the classroom, garnering some disapproving looks from both the students and the teacher. Thankfully, I had someone there to speak in my defense. Time and again I think about this, reaching for what seems to be an unobtainable goal and putting so much effort into it, only to not get there. I think from this narrative, there's a lot that could be gleaned. I feel that it brought a plethora of important themes to the table. Issues of morality, justice, hunger, Nintendo 3DS. But if there's anything I learned from this whole situation, anything at all, that if I play Battleship in the near future, I am never going to choose the coordinates J3.